Good day, good love, good light, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. Everything is always now. Thank you for joining us once again, Wednesdays with Wendy and Bree, as we invite you today and every Wednesday to express, explore the transformational languages of light languages that are the universal language of love, of the one light, of the one source of which we all sprang and are mirrors of, reflections of, telling our stories by way of experience, for that is the only reason we came. And the meaning of all things is to experience, simply to experience and to share those experiences with each other and to connect with each other in ways that we never have before, and to realize that we've always all had all of these senses and sixth senses, as has always been said, and many, many more. We are able to connect with all things in all realms and all densities and dimensions to those frequencies that match ours in that moment, wherever, whenever, however they are, in whatever shape, form they may be. Some are formless, some are simply consciousness, much as we are simply consciousness. Expressing ourselves through a vessel of our choosing, having experiences that we have chosen to explore a particular adventure, kind of like, say you decide you want to go on vacation and you want to explore something amazing, but that doesn't mean you necessarily know exactly what's going to happen along the route. And that's part of the joy, because as my guides pointed out to me one day, because I love language and words and spelling, and everything's magic, everything we say and do is magic. And they said to me, remember that you designed your language, and that the word journey itself begins and ends with the word joy. And it was so obvious at the moment, but I swear I'd never thought of it before. Never even thought of it. And so these are the things that light languages have done for me, among so many other things. And I've been guided to share these, and along with all of you who experience and express yourselves with light language and all the forms of it, whether it's toning, chanting, singing, speaking, drawing, symbols, art. See, it's already coming out. The healing, the way that we understand healing is that now we understand it's about changing our frequency, raising our frequency, so that this new version, light body, no longer contains the vibration of that which we would call dis-ease. And so we have to understand that really the physical aspects of things are multi-layered, and much of which are, when we address our joy and our excitement and express ourselves the way we were intended to, when we begin to focus in that direction, we begin to understand that is how we create the change and become the world we wish and desire, become the bodies, the people. It's also about accepting this vessel that we've chosen, because we cannot change something we don't already love, because then there's resistance, and resistance causes dis-ease. And so there's so many things that I've just guided to share with everybody. And it just seems, even in these few hours that we have together every Wednesday, it just isn't enough. It just isn't enough. But I wanted to thank you all. I wanted to thank Bree for also being here today, and all of you who join us in this room. And I'll let Bree tell you all how to join in here in just a moment, if this is the first time being with us today. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, for being on my channel, for subscribing, sharing these messages, all the comments that you leave with us and for me before, after, and during, and on the various social media. I really appreciate all of you being here and opening up yourself and coming out of your shell and expressing yourselves. And I wanted to really reiterate to you guys, you do not, the point of this is you don't need to be speaking or drawing or singing or chanting or toning light languages to be here. That is part of the reason why we want to share this space with everyone, so that those that do, who would like to offer their healing, their language of this universal love, to allow them to also, all of you, to share those abilities and gifts with all of us, that we may activate each other, because we resonate with different frequencies at different times. And this is how we find each other. That is the truth. We do vibe with our tribe. And though that tribe can change, and just like families and friends, we change, and so does everyone else. And so as all of you alchemize every single time that you view these, that you embrace these light languages, that you allow them to help you go through and navigate these thoughts and beliefs, the thoughts that create the beliefs that are not in harmony with this true vibration of all that you are and all that you came to be. So we've got lots of always exciting topics. They seem to come up as all of you gather. Some of them I've been given by my guides, whether it's the animal collectives, the crystals, the singing, the instruments. We all express ourselves in different ways, and whether it's through speech or not. And so many of this languages, Bree and I are really excited about this idea of just language in general, how we communicate without language, and how do we communicate when we set the words aside, and how we can convey just by a smile, a sparkle in someone's eyes. That is the language of the inner light, where no words are necessary. And that's how I feel about light language many times, is that no words are necessary, because they speak for themselves. And although there may be interpretations and impressions of the information, of the packets of data, light codes, information we're being sending and receiving, it's always a two-way street that we're sending and receiving from the spirit world. When we consider non-physical, what we consider ETs and aliens and different planets and different realms and civilizations. And we're all just beginning to really understand how truly connected we are to all of those things. And us being guided to share these light languages out into the world is, for me, a part of that experience of my highest joy and excitement. Even if I don't understand what all this is and where it's going to lead, I don't need to know that to be excited to share it. And part of that excitement in sharing that is with all of you, because we create something brand new for each and every one of you that watch these and engage. We create something brand new for all that is to experience through all of you. So with that said, I wanted to welcome all of you and say hello to Bree, and have her welcome those in the room. And hi, everybody out there who's watching. Thank you so much for all of your love and energy. And with that said, about sharing this information, Bree and I are very excited for the first time, though we've been talking about this for many years, since the day we met, about finally sharing these light languages in public in a way we've never done before, and doing it scared, and doing it not knowing what we're doing. And we're just doing it. And so I want to invite all of you to share in this opportunity to be with us, meet with us, and share your languages. So take it away, Bree.
Thanks, Wendy. Hi, everybody. We have in the room with us today Dolores, and we have Charamati. I said it correctly, right? Yes, great. It's so good to see you ladies again. We love doing these on Wednesdays. I think I say now that Wednesday is my favorite day of the week, because this is so much fun. And we are so blessed. So thank you, everybody, for watching. We do have the event coming up this August 16th through 17th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It is called The Power and Purpose of Light Language. And it is very exciting that we get to share ourselves and our own energetically spoken through voice, through singing. We'll be singing on the beach. It's at a beautiful beach resort that has, I mean, it's very modern and snazzy looking, and it's turtle watching season. So there will be turtles everywhere, and we are going to creep out on the beach, whispering in light languages and trying to find some turtles or watch them lay eggs or something. You have to be careful though. You can't have lights out there when they're doing that, but that's really exciting. And we have had all these synchronicities with turtles and sea life and water and oceans and all the intergalactic connections with all of that. So this is a big deal for us. Linda Lee Hack is going to be joining us as well. This was her gift of an idea to put this together, and she lives down there in Florida. And also her friend Sherry Kaplan is doing a sound bath for us, and light languages will be a part of that sound bath. And that is really exciting because that's an avenue that I think we're all looking forward to moving into more, is sound healing with frequencies, healing with sound. Exactly what Wendy was talking about before. Raising our vibration shifts us into a different dimension. It shifts us into a different reality in which we are existing at a place where it is perhaps more pleasant for us to experience being in a physical vessel. And the lower vibrational experience can sometimes be less pleasant, but we have to sometimes go through that a lot to, do the human journey thing here. Back to the joy in journey, right? We can find the joy, but we have to look for it. It has to sometimes slap us in the face or something else so that we start to look at what we enjoy instead of what we despise, because then you will see more of that. So anyway, with that said, I'm all over the place. I will be posting the link here in the YouTube live chat so that you guys can join our participation room here on Google Hangouts. And let's see, I'll also be posting the link to the event that's coming up in Florida. That is on Wendy's website, languagesoflights.com, on her events page. And you can also follow the other neat things that we're doing and getting together. On her website, she offers many beautiful services. And it is such a gift for me to even hear about the transformations just happening with her. Because what's so cool about healing is when we heal somebody else or something else, we're healing ourselves. And so it's always a collaboration. And so the stories that I get to hear, and it's not personal information, but it's just the circumstances of, we're all going through struggles in our own ways, and learning more every day about how we have these tools that are literally being handed down to us by, ourselves, which angels, guides, universe, all of it is. We're giving ourselves these tools now that are so powerful, we can't wrap our logical mind around them, light language being one of them. And it's a huge gift and it's a huge blessing, and all of us can do it. All of us have the ability, and it's just the intention of activating it and using it, activating that DNA. That is really what it takes, and everybody can do it. So like Wendy said, if you don't speak already, you're still welcome here. This is not like a, speaking in tongues only group. Like this is for everybody to learn and grow together. And I say speaking in tongues because if you are not aware, I was kind of surprised when I first heard about it. Here I went into learning light languages because I heard of it as galactic language, and I'm thinking, I love galactic anything. Wow, I want to learn galactic language. Well, speaking in tongues, it's been around here for eons of time. And that's what light language is, but now we can use it with intention. So I think I've said enough. I'm going to be putting the links in the chat here. And what would you like to do first, Wendy? Maybe open it up for
yeah, I was just thinking about that because we kind of mix it up every week. And yeah, so I just wanted to, once again, to encourage all of you. The Google Hangout link is over on my blog. So you can please feel free to join in. I know several of you have reached out to me, just expressing your gratitude for just creating the space. And so it's been very exciting for all of us. And yeah, you'll have to forgive Bree and I. We really are, our brains are going in lots of different directions because we've got so much going on with planning the event and everything else that's going on. And I did want to say thank you to for bringing that up too, because I do want to thank all of you who have gifted me with the presence of your private sessions and pre-recordings and oracle readings. I have discovered, especially with these mentoring sessions, that when we can really get down to the deep nitty-gritty of it all, and I will say she's absolutely right, the healing that happens in that infinite connection is indescribable. And so I want to thank all of you who have allowed me to interact with you and connect with you in that way. I wanted to also reiterate that today we are coming right off of on the full moon. So here we are in this full moon energy, you guys. It's also the lunar eclipse. I got just barely a glimpse of the full moon last night because we had storms coming through there. It was very cloudy. But for some reason, I could not bring myself to come in the house. I sat out there. It had to have been nearly 3 a.m. because I was feeling something I couldn't understand. Not that I couldn't understand, but it was so powerful. It was as if I was like, had this not weight, but this energy that I wanted to absorb it. I wanted to enjoy it. So that's the one thing I wanted to say is today, just for the sake of the date, 7/17, we've got that. I was feeling that 77 energy. And yes, I did add it up a couple times. Today's date equals 9. And of course we associate the full moon with completion. And number 9 is kind of the symbol for all of us of completion, of culmination of all the numbers before we begin again on number 9. And today, if you're familiar with the sacred circuits from Sirius through Daryl Anka, through Bashar, number 9 is about receiving. It's the symbol for receive. And that's how I felt last night. Like I was truly receiving and receiving and receiving. And this is what we are. We are receivers of and transmitters of light language. And so I wanted to say too that this energy that we're experiencing today together, and even when I look down at the numbers and I kind of tend to look at numbers and see things a little bit differently than most people. So when I look at the date, I see 7, and then I see 17, which is 8, and then 2019, which is 3. So my eyes go to 8 and 3, which is 11, and then 7. So I'm seeing this 7-11 energy, and then which happens to equal 9, which is completion. So we really are, all of us, completing this cycle together of old ways of thinking, old vibration, old ways of old ideas of what actually healing is, what dis-ease is, how the power of sound and light language, of the sound at all, how healing that is, the sound simply of the trees and the water and the wind. And we know this, but yet we often don't apply the obvious. And then we cry to our guides when nothing's working, we're lost and confused, and they say to us, are you starting with the basics? Are you starting with what's already right there in front of you and free? What is it that you can wake up and be grateful about? And each time we do this, we complete an old cycle of thought. And I had to laugh when you said Wednesdays are your favorite day too, because it had reminded me of an old commercial that I don't really watch commercials, but every now and then, you get one of those that's just a really funny one, and it was the camel walking into the office, and he's like, "Oh, you know what day today is? It's hump day." The camel. I know, see, Bree. But for some reason, right, you guys, we create everything. So I'm creating this camel guy in my head, right? And I have to ask myself, well, why? What does a camel represent? So that would lead me to looking up like the camel animal totem. What's this guy trying to tell me? And I hear in my mind's eye, whatever. Well, he stores things, right? Stores water, stores energy for when he needs it the most. And somehow I was just feeling this metaphorical message about how we really already have stored within us everything we need. We're not getting courage. We're not getting this. We are only becoming aware of what we are already capable of. This is the change and the shift of the consciousness of our own awareness. That is the huge shift, is just becoming aware of that little bit of information, and how all of these little images that come into our minds, whether it's, as Bree and I were joking earlier about marketing, how it's this love-hate kind of thing. But yet we've we've done it to leave ourselves breadcrumbs. Yeah, and we even talked a little bit about that last week, about symbolism in marketing and messages from our higher selves. So all this energy. So last night I was feeling this deep collective energy, simply by sitting in the moonlight. And I will also say again that if anybody knows me and or knows of Bashar and Epsilon Epiphany and Eclipse, their oversoul energy beaming down to us through the moonlight, it was completely cloudy last night. Completely. I got one little glimpse of the moon, took a few shots, and that's all I got. And yet I sat there in a completely cloud-filled sky. I couldn't see the moonlight at all, but yet it was as if I was glued to my chair. And one of the things I realized was, and Bree might remember this, our Native Americans named each one of the moons for the different cycles, of what's going on. And so last night was the buck moon, the deer, the buck. And they named it as such because that is when the bucks begin to grow their antlers. And I am deeply connected to that deer energy, that idea, that type of animal many, many years ago. And I'm not even sure. I can't remember if you were there. We were in a channeling for a woman who lives in Mexico, does not even speak English at all. And she does the entire channeling in Spanish and has a translator. And she translated to me, had never met me before. And she said, one of your power animals is the deer. In a completely, and now I've where I live now in Tennessee and where I lived up north of Chicago, there was deer everywhere, always around me. I've had them walk up to my window and look at me through my window at my old house. I've seen them. I mean, they're just everywhere. They've been a part of my life all my life. And so another channeler had told me that my dog Ranger, that he and I have had many lives together, which I already knew. I've seen him as many different types of animals. A lion, a horse, a unicorn, as well as a deer, an elk, a reindeer. And this channeler told me, yes, the first time you met Ranger in one of your other lifetimes, he was a deer, like an elk type with huge antlers. And so all this came rushing back to me last night. I have not thought about her in that incident for so long. And then last night, this morning, as I'm meditating, having my coffee on the front porch, a mommy and her two babies, deer, walk right by me. And just now, mind you guys, I've had like telepathic connections with these animals where I will see the deer walk by and just have this like conversation where we just stare at each other for minutes and minutes and minutes. And then, it was so beautiful this morning to see the mommy and her two tiny, tiny babies. And then me recollecting that story last night. And even though we know everything's now, there's no past or future. So there, I just wanted to share with all of you how these are the kinds of things that I don't always get to fully explain in videos or channelings that are just normal happenings that I go through and experience, and I believe have been completely empowering and transforming my ability to see my world and the animal world and my connection to them and our connection to them in a way I innately always knew was absolutely possible, but never truly experienced. And so I think that many of us are learning to listen to our animal guides. And I believe that light language is a big part of that. So I did want to kind of share that a little bit today, because I felt like it was an important thing for us to understand, because one of the beginnings of the master levels and the master class is embracing our connection to nature and understanding how light language and light codes alchemize with us, with the nature. And so with that, yes, I wanted to also just check. I wanted to check the chat, Bree, too, and say, yes, see whatever anybody was. Yeah, I was like, what's that? I wanted to see whatever everyone's talking about.
Pretty funny. Heather Riney said that's her favorite commercial with the camel.
And I like Geico commercials too, you guys. I cannot stand it. I love that guy. That little guy. I can't stand it. He's just too dang funny.
Yes, he's adorable. I know. Or Affleck, the duck. Affleck. Anyway, now what I think is really cool is Angela Dwell said in the YouTube chat, I just gave up smoking camels this week. What are the odds of you bringing up camels today? Geez. And she said, thank you. I think being here helped let it go.
And you're not going to believe this, but my glasses actually just fogged up, you guys. I swear to God, I get fogged up. I get so hot with this energy. That is so weird that you said that, because I was just having a conversation with a client, and then we were actually talking about smoking and how just behavior patterns in general, but smoking being one of them, and how light languages, I truly believe and know firsthand, are, and there's another yellow butterfly just came right up to the window, you guys, a yellow butterfly, transformation. So this is your time of transformation. And, it's something that I don't, something I don't talk about, but light languages actually helped me give up that specific habit. So that's something I don't talk about, and I think it needs to be addressed, because for all of those self-deprecating ideas are the reason I don't talk about it. But yet the fact that I was talking about it with a client and that you brought it up too is me that it needs to be said. All of this changed the way I believe, the way I felt about myself, the way I understood my physiology, what I was doing to myself, how I was beating myself up mentally, all for reasons that had simply the, what do we want to call that? The symptom. That is simply a symptom of something else. And once I understood that, and once I understood I'm not less of a person, I'm not less than there was a lot of trauma trapped inside of me because of that behavior and because of what caused that behavior. So This is really big, you guys. This is huge because this is a whole nother layer of where light languages can take us. So, wow, that was
Wendy.
You guys blew me away.
Wendy, Heather Riney Cindy Jumper said, "Oh my God, I just quit smoking Camel menthol too." And then Heather Riney said, "Bravo, I want to give up smoking too. Ugh, it's just so hard. You give me inspiration."
Oh my God, you guys. See, I'm just like,
wow, yeah.
you know,
It's
this
possible.
this gives
You can
wow.
always shift. You can shift
Yes.
into any reality of yourself that you want to. You know, we can do it.
I just have to say that, you know, and this is what this is all about. You have you have reignited. I did not, swear to God, mean to say that, you guys.
You channeling over there again, Wendy?
Reignited. Are you kidding me? You got
reignited. Reignited.
They have reignited something that has been something that I've been strongly guided for several years to actually talk about and reintroduce about my own experience with that particular situation, how I did it, how y'all can do it too, how to go about doing that. And so it kind of, you guys have really just inspired me now, you know, maybe I should create a service for that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or at a minimum, a class where we can all hang out. Those of you kind of want to do, you know, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there for everybody, because maybe it could be kind of a group thing where you all do it together. And, you know, I'm not volunteering myself right now just yet, but you guys have given me some amazing, really food for, see, I'm getting all that tingly thing that I get when my guides are going, yeah.
Ellie just tried to, Ellie, what were you going
go ahead.
I'm sorry, Wendy.
No, please, you guys jump in. I'm sorry. You know me.
I would just say hello to everyone.
Hi, darling. I love you.
I am here for a very little time, but I am still, I made it. So with the smoking, I have the same thing. Since I was 14, I'm like smoking and stopping, but not like just here and then, just with friends. And now with time, it seems it's becoming bigger and bigger addiction, but not like smoking every day, like in the morning, but still it gets in your head and you're like, do I want to smoke now? No. So this is a very, very good thing and a good subject, I think.
Oh, I like this. So before you leave, then I want you to do a blessing then before you leave, and I want you, let's just put that out as the intention. And this isn't just for smoking, you guys. Let's just make this a behavioral pattern completion. Oh my God, you guys, and it's the full moon. How badass is this?
Yes.
Completing, let's do light language blessings, each and every one of us. And I'll start with you, Ellie, because I know it's late. And let's put that intention out there for all of us to help each other break these paradigms of these behavioral patterns of anything that we want to stop doing. And this could be anything. Maybe you're spending too much time on the internet. I tell you guys, my hands, because of what I do, my hands are cramping because of my time on my phone. Not kidding. So it's about anything that we're doing, there a behavior pattern that we keep repeating that we would like to complete. So let's put that as an intention out there. And yeah, please, Ellie, please do go first. And whoever wants to go next, please do. And then let's all put that out there. And all of you guys who are out there watching, take a deep breath and just put something in your mind, a visualization of the person, not the habit itself and you breaking the habit. The way I did this, the best thing to do is visualize yourself as the person doing, living, breathing, eating, sleeping, where you live, doing the thing, living the life you want to live without that thing that you don't want to do anymore. That's the key, you guys, is visualizing the you doing and being that you. That's what we want to focus on today. So go for it.
Enjoying life.
And that exactly.
You enjoyed life doing this thing, with this thing. Okay, okay. You can never be ready for a light language. Nia chandriata puriata shundruta raiteya namariata shitiabarata niara huri shumuroto niaha nia shumuriata kareata patari sankiara shanturiuto niantara tia ria shopunta ya paniara kosho ya Niavaratiata, sia murianta, repalia, shanduro, ela maniat, xiu yara, chiar, chumuya, niara, lia, rundiara, suala, misha, nia, shumbalea, sera, eden rahan, nuduriat, niat, kanyas, shundur, tisha, manella, jumbo diara, dudut, ya, sia, mania, urio. Namaste.
Incredibly powerful. Thank you, dear sister of light.
Thank you.
Mm,
Thank you.
that was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to share a message, comment, anything on, or any, present a blessing for this intention?
May I?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Virorantakae nahlaranayato wahameme nakya nahantereyawa. Ishwakwar natya nahoya. Nahna lekreya hamma mahwana ketoha. Nnareke. Nnaravantanaha. Clareya hietona. Evramana nahan kontolanoho. Yahaye lekernata. We are here to share our hearts, to share our love and our light. Taravanno, taravane meheya kamman tanane hikarovanya tinte. Eyavana mahanya kotoranoho. Illa rahanyo keyaha manente teravana yakotoho. Everybody is so welcome to join and share what they are, what they have. Marana kyonodoho. Marana manoh narnati anakea. Kehvananta. Vahvah vafreya matntranakayo. Eya hamana kontonoho. Be and share the light. Marawana ketonaha. Marawana mahana ketehe. Be and share the love. Lahamaranake. Nahamaranakavarahama no toyoko. Be and share what you are. Mahreya, Maharananto, Ivaramanahanna Kerohayanaha. I would like to refer to what you were talking about yesterday. Yarekrena Ntaravayo Mahana Karanahaya Katehe. Yesterday was an amazing day. The door, which was closed for millennium, opened yesterday. That door allows humanity to raise in consciousness, to raise in awareness. Marananna, Maravahanno Ketiara Laharneke, Yamaheya Kanahatene. So humans go for it. Yaharneka nah Marokoyanaha. Be brave and open for that. Maranakoyo. The energies are so strong and have so high vibrations. Miraveno, mirahanya kete, enyekoya hierneke, lahra, lahranate, lahramana kianohe, lahramane hehvakvatnta, shishwamanakeya, shishare ente karnaha, leiro, leherekena, eya hamarakena, eya vaharakena ye, Yahrana, Amrane, Amra Mahmutak Arnaya, Leia Vahyano Antianake, Amantira Heya, Amantira Vahanako, Lahrana Kamana Hayakutahana, Neke, Namaste.
Namaste.
Nashiata hia. Namakia namiyana kia shata haya nami ia kwa hanua ia wahia kua hina ia kua. I ama ana kia shata I awa hano kua pakia sani iwa ho oha hono no akua kua. E shehema ia soto hako ama kia sana sheki kia tashia. So keo kambaia nama iwa oha hono no kua sate kia. Lehe kia kia ama a shea a kia a hana teke ia. I inga gia shana te ishopa awa ana te iki a basana seto soku ambaka shese. Segigiana te shia hasamasha. Shia hena te ele ku onto shona pa iwa o shake hea. Ihaku. Yes, these are the words of the universal truth. Buzo no shajaneti shia na iwo o anko kuyata shanete ikia satata yandaraki. Ihanga yashanati iluzambaga shanete. Zamahajana ita gio hanate jajamba. Ita shanate ahanga shia na shiwa hanasha. Yes, absolutely. The gate, the door has been opened. You have been invited. Duboshanate shanate atomakaya shanate jana pariato shanapa aloha maki. Se dejana kiani ata ia soto soko hana jehato kua joma asha to chapora to kuayashanate to experience a journey of joy of which you have never imagined. Bianu akashana dejama ita jana tarian shana tepolokuaya neheana dua bagona dabalate senate shanate ohakumaya nashate wohona balisana dejana tubagiada she. The challenges will feel nabuza teshali sete swift, bojali manageable, zubojali hida kilena namakila sotoshe, mashohala performed with an ease. Zambajarikia zumodurichenate ahantu shamazinase, as if you were looking down. Daposhanate elakina namaseteshe uhako neashateshe ata iwakua at the layout. The bojanate laki bakashanasete with a new understanding of the perfection of these challenges. Ganyananaki toria balakonde baikianani sataseteki. Se torie iana shetoyana manikia se taniana namiala cosanacheta pariana kito bakito shumatea, not for the faint of heart. When you feel your weakest, understand this is when you are the strongest. Bazana sheta jamenateasa. Ze eta shenete shanetia tata anasasa. And yes, each and every one of these patterns and behaviors is simply a symptom of lack of love. For there is love or there is fear. There's love. Nyatoshe kiapasa netesa ahana koleata imagora antasheneseto somakiwa ahana kesa natesha. Ahama ose. Inabida kutapechena tajiname anise natesha apakia sanase mitasha nate mitadagua esotosame. Anything that is judgment is not love. Amatashe metera kiasa. What each and every being in creation is seeking the connection to this true love. The bosona shete, the remembering. Ikasana te beana ki sono se seposashe. Mahiana teshe bekora ke se teshe ana po okoa. Ikashana tesha. These are simply actions from a belief of forgetting. Basana teshiana dokoa bakasana sate. That anything is as easy and can be as joyful as you choose. Mejona tesha netesha ita ia. Imakia, even that which of you speak. For these are teaching plants. They came to teach and learn with you. To show you who you really are. Zamota shenete wa anakaya wa hano sopoho bahana keteshena. Where are you drawing and giving your power? Zonozosama shenete shenete wa aqua panishana sote. Diazana sesana pasana sesana shenete etakia. Any action or behavior in the direction of something you do not prefer is simply a symptom of somewhere lack of love, self-love, self-acceptance, or of the circumstance, or of the life, the journey that you have chosen. The vessel, the people, the family, the relations, all of it. It is always a symptom of resistance. Always. Always. It really is that simple. You are beginning to understand the power of your words. It is too difficult. This will be easy. This will be fun. This will be a joy. I will be free. You choose. Zamateshanateka Ashanasheta Shamakaya Azanashoto Shamatoya Akahara Setosheta Teya Shanateya Ika Semasheta Shonateja Shana Pealakiasa. This is what she discovered. Gambayashanatewa Kuasata Shetea Semaseta Teakia, and every minute of that transformation was as if the caterpillar and the butterfly knew. The caterpillar knew within that transformation time, she would fly freely as that butterfly she saw herself to be. Every single minute of those days of challenge were smooth and beautiful and fun and exhilarating. As much as they were challenging. Freedom. Freedom was the only acceptable outcome. Biatoshonate kia sono sete sanasada samashonate komayu shanatoya mayashanate akia samaseto sonotoshoya. It is not about letting go of something. It is about becoming something new. It is not a struggle. It is not a fight. It is not a resistance. It is a flowing, a transforming. Wakusana seta shanatea shono shomakia sanasheta ola kosumoso shanatewa upakishana bashanatelo uaka seno soto shamakia tonia, and your words bashonatela control the tide. Da bashanatela ki samatoria makia sonoboyo shonate bikiato sobosotoshe bianana biashata empower yourselves. Biashote, I am power. Am power. Yaushanaki awahana to samasata shanate. Sanashata shama. You are so powerful. You can convince yourselves you are weak-minded, weak-willed. You are so powerful you can create the experience you desire. You are the plant is teaching you your own power. Thank it. Love it. Send it gratitude for showing you. Lighting literally your journey. Dabozona shata chepo goatasha zameteshane iawahaku seposonese seba jenechishanaki zabehana kaliatose miatoshewa semosoteshe iwahana teshea. Basically, they're saying to me that they would not have been able to have this conversation with all of you through me, Biashonatewa, in order for me to share that with you, Gamogoeshanatewa, had I not experienced it myself. Babosanachete kiambashanate, Simbozona Shaiwa Kiasanaseta Shanodeangayanama Alokote Bashanate Anachea to show Yamayashanate, Kwamarapa Yashanasete, Si masato somakuya imora in shante. Yeah. Yes, anasi. I'm really hot.
Layena tahana harake. Layena nonte. Layena marumana ntaravana. Iya kleyate ne. Mawarana hekiana hate. Maharna kantono hoya. Layanete karnawana hanyaka mamaha. Yehuara matenaka. Ntarina nahalareya kentanaha.
Wow. See what message that she
Wow. Wow.
wow, how this whole thing
Wow.
just oh, there's my dog, sorry. Woo! Dang. Okay. Seattle, does someone else want to
That was
talk?
powerful. I am going to
Woo!
go back and listen to that. Yeah,
Oh, put that on the transcribe list.
yeah. Well, most of that can't be transcribed, but some of it can. Some of it is English. But the energy, I felt so much love in there, and it is about empowerment. And as you were talking, I thought back to years ago, I spontaneously put myself on a severely restricted healing diet. And when people would ask me why I couldn't eat basically everything that they eat all day long, I told them it was because my doctor recommended it. But that was only partially true. My doctor didn't have a whole lot to say about nutrition, but he slightly indicated, well, I don't know, maybe that would help. And it it set me off on my own. Luckily, I was going to see a chiropractor who taught a lot about, wellness. And I put myself on a very restricted healing diet to heal myself of candida. And through that process, I healed my gastro, what is it called? Acid reflux. And I also healed like massive brain fog and symptoms of what I thought was ADD, but it was not. Then moving forward, I found out I had Lyme disease years later. So looking back, it was also massively helping me with when I had this chronic Lyme disease and I had all these growing lists of symptoms. But the reason I'm talking about this diet was because, the idea of going on a diet or the idea of cutting out something that we tell ourselves that we're dependent on was not a huge ordeal to me. It's like once I read about this healing diet and I basically read this sentence that said, by going on this healing diet, if you eat anything that even turns into sugar, it is going to be affecting the leptin, I think it's the leptin receptors. And the leptin receptors are what controls the insulin and basically if those receptors get burned out over time, which they do on a standard American diet, I think that's for sure, and other types of diets, then that's when problems can start to arise if they get burned out. So this whole diet was about healing the leptin receptors, if I remember correctly. It was years ago. And so there was a sentence in the book that said, if you choose to have a cheating day, you're setting yourself back to day one. And I was like, well, shit, I mean, I'm not going to do all this work and then, I want to have a bag of potato chips. And so I'm just going to start back at day one, start back at square one again. So that was the most transformative part of it for me, was that that idea of basically you're choosing different trains, you're choosing different timelines. You're choosing the timeline of I am going in the direction in which I am no longer, no. I'm going in the direction in which I am a different person. Like Wendy was saying, that's what she chose. She chose freedom. And she chose irrefutably to have that freedom no matter what, no matter what's going on up here, no matter what's going on out here. She chose freedom for herself. And in my healing diet, with that sentence, you start back at square one if you do it again. And it was for the duration I did it, but still, I took it very seriously. I would read the ingredients list of everything, even when I went to restaurants. And that was the most empowering thing I had ever done for myself at that point, was restricting what I was eating out of love for myself, out of true, deep love for myself. And it's funny, again, I look back and I kept telling people, oh, my doctor recommended that my doctor didn't recommend shit. My doctor recommended me pills, and he was a decent kind of natural doctor, you know. He had supplements and stuff too, but it wasn't him. It was me saying, I know that I can heal myself. I know that I can do this for myself. I know I don't have to go through anguish anymore based off of me telling myself, oh, but I have to eat this bread because I love bread. I don't have to eat the bread. And if it's only temporary, I can think about how much I remember how delicious bread is, and just connecting with that frequency alone, it's like I knew even then that could get me by, because the imagination of it and the memory of it was so strong, because everything is happening simultaneously. I just said a lot more than I was expecting.
Well, but see, there's that side of the coin that somebody needed to hear that.
Yeah. And I think this is an incredibly important topic. And this is about freeing ourselves. It's not just about food. It's not just about smoking cigarettes. This is how we behave, how we treat ourselves, how we think, how we talk to ourselves, how we think about ourselves on a daily basis, on a moment by moment basis. And we do have a choice. And if you think you don't have a choice, you do. And you can choose to have a choice.
I would jump in to say that maybe this is a wrong thinking, that with these things we think that we love ourselves. When we do these things, we think that actually we love ourselves this way.
Right.
And if we don't give it to our cravings, we don't love ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're
That's a very good point.
yeah.
Like, oh, I deserve this. I worked so hard. I need a pint of ice cream. I deserve this. I love myself so much. I'm going to sit down and eat a pint of ice cream by myself. That's probably not even enough. You know, I've probably eaten more than a pint of ice cream in one sitting. I don't even know. Yeah, it's amazing. I have become, like you said, Wendy, becoming aware of our thoughts. When I become aware of my thoughts as they start to spin, and all of a sudden these amazing creative stories come out of nowhere, supporting these habits and addictions and things that I don't, in my core truth and essence and soul, don't desire to do or experience or continue putting myself in that place of disempowerment. But it's the ego, it's the mind, it's the conditioning, it's the programming, and it all can be shifted. It all can be changed. We have the ability. Nia inte ese yo o ish ara ate sante ya I ko o ish ana I ante ya ish ya ana I ana ante ya o ish is ya ana I ana ante ya o it is otosho ono to ya sa ana ana ante si yo otoe yan oto oe hiata I see it is yat I see it yes o yan I Yosha oto o aina aina e I at is e Yosha o ya I here iana o ia ara ane o oeshe iara o ara antes o ya auto o oeshe hasan I ea.
That was
I
also
mean,
very, very powerful. It was as if you were like telling your story of your your time and your struggle and the things that you went through, and your transformation of your own belief systems, and I have very similar systems, situations that I don't need to get into right now, but it was also the medical field that brought me where I am today, and the result of my time and a huge chunk of my life that just as Bree, I had just gotten to the point where I realized the only thing and person that could heal me was me. And that was the bottom line. That was it. And it was something I knew all my life I was capable of, but until I walked and actually empowered myself into that, but walked into the vibration of the believing of it. That is the difference, you guys. It's the vibration of the belief. Just like I have believe right up here, that's what it's all about, is believing. There is no magic. There is no other magic than believing. Because the word, again, language, we leave ourselves breadcrumbs. Believe means be and live. When you believe a certain way, you become it and you live it. There is no other way. There's no shortcuts. So you have got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in that version of you. You've got to believe that that version exists. Once you see him or her, once you see that version, it's done. Your process is actually done at that point. It hasn't just started. You're done. It's your belief that continues to go through a process. But once you decide, it's done, because you cannot imagine or visualize anything, including that version of you, that doesn't already exist, that you're not already that vibration of. It's not physically possible. So that's what we need to keep in mind. This is not, you're not less of a person. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not, it's a symptom of a belief. And a belief is just something you keep thinking about yourselves. So I want to thank all of you right now, just those of you who have already contributed to your blessings and to I feel the power in each and every one of our messages today, empowering all of you. And no matter when you watch this, empowering each and every one of you and each and every one of us to move once again in a step forward into completing a behavioral pattern that no longer is part of the vibration of the being that we see ourselves being. I also wanted to say hello to, let's see, we've got Despertando. Hello. I just wanted to say hi. I was going to say, I was like, I wasn't sure what the name looked different. I was like, I know that's her though. Yeah. And I wanted to say hi to Peg. Peg's new. Hi, Will. Will just jumped in. Hi, everybody. I wanted to say hi to and thank you, Ellie, too, Elle, for your beautiful message and just all of this whole, and all of you out there, prompting this and inspiring this day and this message and all of this. So I wanted to give Sharmudia opportunity to say hello and speak, and maybe offer any blessings or languages, since you've been so kind and quiet there.
Hi everyone.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, this has been enlightening. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. I feel like the fairies are coming through today. The fairies will help us to release a lot of inner child trauma. The fairies help us with any kind of issues that we had around our childhood. And I feel like many habits, bad habits, they stem from that separation point from us and our mother. And if you think about, let's say, smoking, it is related to breastfeeding. When the baby is breastfeeding, it is getting that support. It's being nurtured. It's receiving love through the mother. And when we grow up, we tend to find things that remember us of that feeling of being loved, of being supported. And when we are smoking, we are doing that same thing that the baby does. We are like sucking into the cigarette, trying to fill ourselves with that emotion, with that feeling of the
Well, you got
mother.
me figured out, because I'll tell you what, that is, you just hit my nail on the head. Exactly why that happened to me, without a shadow of a doubt.
Me too.
Yeah, because
Me too.
yeah, because we want to feel loved, we want to feel protected, we want to feel in the arms of that mother, you know. And many of us, we had issues with our mothers, or we maybe it was hard to connect, or maybe we had to stop breastfeeding very young, and it was that lack, you know, that lack of love. Yes, and it's something that we have to see it differently. Like, it's a shift. It's when we can tap into our own hearts and the love that we are, when we can understand that we are love, we are support, we are, everything is inside of ourselves. As you all have been saying so beautifully, we have the power to heal ourselves, and it doesn't have to be in a very hard way, in a very suffering way anymore. It can be easy. It can be a loving process for ourselves. So have said that, I'm going to bring in the fairies. So the fairies are going to help with this inner child traumas, releasing you from all that entanglement from the past, and helping you to tap into your joy, your happiness, your creativity, and your own love. Okay. Hashikuno. Harumero tu chuchoko tele si tu nyoya kanetu. Ea naya no noye kanetu turu no tutu. Harru shenika Sanya naya noye mamaya no. Haletu nurtu rutu jetikinya. Maya naya tu morru. Maya no kurra na shichuchu. Ayena naye. Urra natura, taziti kununtu, vaya naya. Hurru, sheniki siriki, tuchur kunyan de akanyan tu. Laya na kutinya su. Ayanayu tu shiriki, hanna tu. Ishtiki iya. Su nyanyanaya tura Kiyanandu sik ishitir surru sanya ura sereditu Enanandu turu mayanane koyununu kurru shikitutu jurru kutukutukutu senichu kanetutu okine arru Hayananya naya ruhushukatu. And take a deep breath. Receiving now the blessings of the Divine Mother, the Mother of all that is, the primordial Mother, bringing you the love, the support, all the nurture, everything that you need. So feel this embrace and this love that surrounds you at this time. Inaya wo yeah like Saying na wo yeah wa ya yo Kinayamana la zini yeah wonya e chua kiasu mai unya sia kue tienane waya dia wona kieko. You are all my children. You are all loved beyond measure. Feel this love and receive this love. Receive this love that you are. Open your hearts and be the love that you are. There is no lack in love. It's abundant. It's flowing free. Tap into me. Tap into you, because we are one. Thank you, thank you. Many blessings. Namaste.
Oh, that was so
Namaste.
beautiful. Yeah, Shote. Just
That was
beautiful.
wonderful.
I could feel all of the layers and all of the elementals and the Fey realms, and it was so just delightful and comforting and soothing, and I could feel the Divine Mother in all of that. And it was interesting because I was just having a conversation this morning about flowers and weeds and how we as humans have decided what's desirable and undesirable, what is necessary and what isn't, what should be eradicated and what isn't, what should be, and what we've done to our dear planet as a result of those behaviors, as a result of those ideas, even that this is something that's undesirable, therefore I should poison it. It shouldn't exist because I don't see its necessity. It shouldn't exist because I don't understand. It shouldn't exist. That because something is perceived as wrong or ugly is judged as it shouldn't exist. And this is what this is what we were talking about, but these are symptoms. That's exactly right. These are symptoms, and these are the things we're all healing. And it was just very poignant about that, the whole idea this morning of the flowers. And I was seeing the necessity as she was speaking, I was seeing the fairies and showing us the necessity of each and every single little plant. And we do not even begin to understand or revere the purpose of each of one of those things and how it has been brought to us to, by agreement, to co-create this journey with us, and how we just aren't aware of it. And so the entire time she was speaking, and then I was feeling and seeing all these images and visions. And even just yesterday, I saw a post that I had seen years ago, but it was about a guy who took pictures of fairies, and they literally looked like little fairies and little people. And so it's just very synchronistic. And I'm also very connected to that idea of the Fey realms and the fairy. I have fairies. I even have a fairy, and I have a fairy door. And I've always been that connection to the Fey realms. And I have all these lights, these solar lights that I put outside. And when I go out at nighttime, I walk every night. I walk out and I say, "Hello, fairies. Do you like your fairy village? And I hope I hope you love what I've done. And I hope you like the spaces that I'm creating so that you can come and play with me and enjoy my yard and the fun things that I leave for them." And so I'm always inviting them into my space. So it was just so wonderful that you brought that in today. Thank you. And with the beauty of how the plants and how we're talking about the plants and the elementals and then how the overall mother of all, and the Mother Gaia and the one Divine Mother, and the idea, as you said, about seeds and creation and nurturing. And we're nurturing each other in a way that all of us haven't been nurtured, but they're also trying to show us that, again, you have all this love within you already. You already have it. And just by giving it, you receive it, you nurture, you fill and fulfill that need that we have in each other. And I feel the most precious gift that I've received from this and light languages and all of you and meeting and is I have never felt so fulfilled and complete and loved and supported by in any time of my life as I have here and with all of you. So I hope that all of you feel that as well. And to all of you right now who have offered these beautiful blessings, thank you so much. The love and the support of the unconditional, whoever needs this is for you. And so I just wanted to show my appreciation to all of you. And thank you, Peg. We've got another new face here today, I believe. So I wanted to say hello and welcome and see if you'd like to share anything with us today.
Yes, I would. I would like to
Please.
share. I've been really feeling the presence of the angels lately, and I've been having lifelong issues with food. And I had gotten to a point where I had healed where I had lost what I needed. But that lasted about 4 years. And the other day, I basically decided that this is what I have to concentrate on. So I'm just going to share kind of what the angels, but also I think what our guides want to share with us too. Mani kekebe kelek bibukona mani kekeleke mamane kekele baba kana keleke ekeleke bibukuleke papa bone kekeleke bi keleke ekeleke bibukule bibukona kumamana eleke keleke bi keleke bikolo kubo baba kana keleke ikaleke bibi kakaleke eleke neke e baba kana keleke ika Kilaka, Lakelo Kali, Okakila, Kaleka, Hey, Aleko, Leko, Kaleki, Kolega, Kaleke, Amaleki, Boka. Bokaleke be bakala kakaleke ekele ibi kole bibi kaleke ekeleke ibi bokana kamala kekeleke ekeleke ikupa bakaleke keleke keleke bi bakala kaba keleke keleke ekeleke bi baka mon kekeleke e kabaka. Thank you.
Makaliakia shanakia kia tashana teakia tashana balayana kia topajana tiaki iwa una kia kia shede ishana tiaki istana sadojuna eka ia ni ina ikua kwa shinotoyakia hiesonozo bogoshanate e hana ki emalia shanotoya zebojana tiaki itiasa siteki setosha. Thank you so much for bringing that beautiful angelic energy with us today, to us today, and the blessings. Zina isha de gujnoto de janati elakosapa senashe ika inta sanazamo olaka. And I was hearing just now them saying too that they want to remind all of us, even me, they're saying to me, even you, you forget to ask us. You forget we're here. You forget to ask, and you think you always need to do this on your own. And then when you feel unsupported, unloved, unnurtured, it's because you've simply forgotten. You've forgotten that the love's there, that we're there. We're here for the asking. We cannot intervene without your invitation. So remember that we're here. So thank you, dear sister of light, for bringing that message through. That was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Tiasha. Hi, Will. I'm sorry, Peg, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Did you have something else to share?
I'm done. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That was really beautiful. Thank you so much. Hi, Will. And speaking of angels.
I was speaking right along with you, Wendy. It's so funny how you just start. It's like, oh yeah, so I've received a very interesting message this week. I don't know if it's relevant to anybody else, but it came in the form of a disabled vet in a wheelchair. I'm sitting here walking down the street in St. Pete, and this disabled vet comes rolling up in his wheelchair, makes eye contact directly with me, and he's holding a walkie-talkie. And I thought that was really curious. And he holds it up and he shows it right to me as he's rolling by. And he doesn't even slow down when he's rolling by. And all of a sudden he just takes his thumb off of the big red button. And and then he just rolls past. So to me, I'm going, okay, that was like a message from the universe. He just keyed up right there in front of me. He keyed up. And what do you do when you're on a walkie-talkie and you key up? You're done talking. You're done talking, and it's time to listen what the other party has to say. So for at least me, I've already told the universe what I am creating. I've told it up 10 million times. It's my vibration. It's constantly telling the universe what I am creating. And so now for me, it is time to listen. And listen intently. And how do we listen intently? That's the question. Each of us are different. But to me, that means, double or triple my meditations. To not do all the other things, which is when I first started listening, I was having technical difficulties with the camera and other things. It's that what I was listening to before was intention. And somebody was talking about intention and the doing. When we set our intention to do something, there's a lot of the doing that happens with it. And when we are being, we're doing the listening part and taking the input as to what is the universe saying to us in this now. When my hands are on the client, then it's easy listening. I'm listening to their body. I'm listening to the guides. I'm listening to what symbol do I need to use at this point? What types of energy do I need to send through? Do I need to speak light language? Is it just coming through automatically? So what are the things? And you also talked about priorities. So that's the thing that was going on in my head. It's like, okay, well, what are my priorities? Whether they're listed on a piece of paper, our priorities are what we're actually doing. And are we reevaluating our priorities for exactly what we intend to create? Like Bree was saying earlier with her diet, she really intended to create that healing. So she really intended to stick to the diet. And even though she said, oh yeah, we're pre-programmed to say, oh, let's reward ourselves with ice cream or all these other things. But that's what sticking to the plan is about, is what are your priorities? What are you really trying to manifest in this life? What are you trying to co-create? And now listening, I mean, part of me is going, yeah, I'm listening all the time. So what do you mean, Spirit? I'm constantly listening, but I'm not listening when I'm doing something else. I'm not listening when I'm writing emails. I'm not listening when I'm sitting there relaxing. There's so many excuses. Or are you following through on your own priorities? But we need to be easy on ourselves. I mean, for me, if I sit down and I triple my meditations and I do it with intention so I can listen more, but am I then going to get upset at myself when I sit down and I don't meditate for as long as I intended to, or if it takes me longer to drop into meditation, to get into that meditative state? That's defeating the purpose of doing those things. So be easy on yourselves. Maybe it's time to go skip and sing. Dance with the fairies. Yeah, I totally agree that the fairy energy is so high today.
I always feel it's stronger around the full moon for some reason. It's almost like they're out there dancing in the moonlight, and I feel their energy so much stronger. It's like I can relate to and connect to them so much stronger.
Absolutely. And it's just an invitation to get back to our childlike self, to sing and dance on those occasions that we don't think to. So why not invite yourself give yourself permission, right, Wendy? Give yourself
For
permission
sure.
to sing and dance.
That is funny that you said that too. It is funny how so many of us are on the same page at the same time. And even this morning, I was hearing from my guides. I heard your presence is appreciated. And it was right as I was thinking about all the things I'm not doing that I want to be doing that I'm not doing. And then I hear almost like loud and clear, just you existing is enough. You don't have to be doing. Just existing is enough. Being in joy is enough. We talk about that being in our highest joy and excitement, but yet I think sometimes we forget sometimes that highest joy and excitement is doing absolutely nothing. And I mean, like you said, whether it's just sitting outside for a few minutes, sitting under the moonlight, going chatting with the fairies, inviting in light languages and channeling, whatever that may be, intention. And that's from the moment we met, from the moment it has always been about intention and the power of intention. And, I have to say, we talk about our event and the power and purpose of light language, and the power of intention is the absolute, I don't know how they can reiterate this enough, that intention is how the fabric of the material world is created, is by your intention, and then the actions that you crystallize based upon that intention. And that is how the fabric of the universe is created. That's the way it works. So we still have not, as humans, come into the understanding the power of our thought, the power of our intention, and the power of the vibration of carrying out those intentions, and the negative belief systems that are sometimes wrapped up inside of those that are invisible to us. That's why my guides have many times said these are light language illuminations. They are to illuminate you, to help you shine light and identify the things that you simply need to see. They're illuminations. They're nothing to be afraid of. Why would you fear? How many times has Bashar said that to us? Why would you guys be afraid to find out more of who you are and what you are? There's nothing more out there but more of you. So what are you afraid of? So I love that, Will. Thank you. So, and of course, Nija Kotiasa, please do offer us a light language blessing of any intentions that you desire today, including and in addition to anything we've discussed today. Si tasharo ila kasano soto ishara kila onko yasana se lijuno uki yashara zumora kiara kila kosai ikiashana soria kiara ki.
I love you, Wendy. Haratona, Arhasia, Shashaya, Atora Varasali, Arshashia, Kalinia, Sohora Wasai. In this, we're on the downslide now from this full moon, Arasiwisha, and gaining momentum in our lives. So this blessing is. This is what they're calling it, the wee moment. Wee, as we're sliding down the slide. So we invite you to bring in the fullest joy that you can into your heart centers. The truest unconditional love. The truest light into the heart center. Nihatari hikshaya, urhatanani saya, urhuta anahaya tarasaya, arasaya charakoa, arakanahi saka, akahi sanara, utahananahi sa, atahara shishio ko nawaya, arsahayi shishoyo urhusoya, ishaya, arhana, ukahasa, isananahara hati tikawahi. Arhanahar saya uhurraharashia. Kiharnar sa kaarahuta rasahaya. Arahananania takata katikita. Urahania sakaya. Kutukura nanaheskaya hatarahaya. Usa aura hananare hatakashishia tar urahana. Hurri aranaria. Kutukuru yaranahieskatara. Husa hurru aranaheskati shashaya. Horohu turishaya. Isaharhuta arahania saka. Rasi chichikaskana no uruhusuku. And as you lift off the bottom of this slide, is starting to soar with your joy and your true authentic self. Just enjoy your beingness.
Whee!
Whee!
I felt like you were taking us through the amusement park. It was so fun.
Wee!
What's that mean?
Amazing.
And anybody who knows me knows how much I love using emojis in my little messages to people. And I use those particular stickers, I should say. I like those stickers the best, where it's going wee, or they're flying, or I use those a lot. So the whole time you're talking, I'm thinking, wee. Oh, and that's the thing too, you guys. It is supposed to be fun, and it is. We often do lose sight of that. Even in the darkest and struggling of times. And I wanted to say right now, really quick, on a more serious note, to any of you out there who are struggling, and I wanted to say a special message today to my dear, lovely sister in light, who is busy today with some other things. Ivy from our Earth Star Village, who I just wanted to send her some loving support and energy today. Today's an exceptionally difficult day for her on a lot of levels. And so I just wanted to throw that out there, that she couldn't be here today. She did send me a message, and I was not able to send her the message back this morning. So I just wanted to include her in today. And a lot of this that we've discussed today in maternal and mother energy and nurturing, and to any of you out there who have lost a child, who, when I say lost, I like to change the word lost to have had the honor and the gratitude and the blessing to have another soul to interact with who has, for a variety of reasons, elected to transition first, and how, as a parent, as a mother, how difficult that particular experience can be. And gratefully, it's come close in my family with a teen suicide. Gratefully, my own children, it's only come close, but it's one of those things where, that was a close call, and you realize that I think we chose to continue the journey together, and that I also know that there's other timelines in which that wasn't the case. And I've visited timelines, and I've met people of which I've created and shared timelines with, in which we did lose a child early and so even as a baby. So I don't know why I was guided, to go that route today, but clearly somebody else needed to hear that. And so I wanted to offer this idea of blessings today, in that idea too, to soothe any of us who are in need of nurturing in any way. And how these co-creations and these journeys, even though they're probably the most painful that any of us could ever imagine, that we would do it again. And that's something that really hit me when I since the last time we spoke, you guys, I did watch that movie Arrival, and it literally, I needed to see it. It's almost like it was part of my own story of with languages and this and connections to our ET friends, but it was beyond that too. It was so many levels of beyond that, and the understanding that everything is now, that there is no past, there is no future. But if you knew what you were going to go through, would you do it again? Would you trade it with someone else? I think of a lot of things that I've gone through in my life, but I still would never have traded it for someone else's stuff. I just wouldn't have. So I think that, again, we have to remember that the worst thing that happens in our lives is also almost always the most important and most memorable and most crucial part of our journey. And the ones that people will say, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me, but in the end, or in hindsight, it was absolutely the best thing that ever happened to me. And I know how difficult that is to say, and especially when I haven't experienced that, but yet to know that I have experienced that in some other reality, and I'm able to connect and identify with that. So, however, that any of us that needs this nurturing one way or the other, whether it's to a child, from a child, as a child, as our inner child, may we all feel that gazing down upon us as the child being held, in the mother's arms, in the divine mother and father's arms, is that if we could understand that when we look down upon a child, it is no different than Source looking down upon us and knowing what we're going to do, what we're going to struggle with, and actually not knowing what's going to happen. Just like with those of us who are parents, we don't know what's going to happen with our kids. We know there will be struggle. We know there will be challenges, even in the most perfect of lives. And so, yet we would do it again. And that was a kind of an important premise I felt in that movie as well, is that if we were given that choice to know ahead of time what was going to happen, what would we do? And that understanding that there is no past or future, that everything really is now. And even us sitting here today, and the things that we've all been kind of pre-wrote it's like we pre-wrote the play, but we didn't decide how all of the acts were going to turn out. You know what I mean? We didn't pre-planned all the scripts. We just decided we were going to lay the groundwork and set the stage. And and Sharamudi was right. I really believe that all of us at the bottom, at the very heart of all of it, that's what it is we all want to feel nurtured, loved, supported. And I even think about that Bashar's 49 days, 7 days a week challenge, where we look at ourselves in the mirror for just a couple seconds a day and say those things to ourselves. I am loved. I am supported. I am fulfilled. I am powerful. I am nurtured. All of those things we forget. And yet it is so uncomfortable to look at ourselves in the eye and to look each other in the eye and say, I love you. I nurture. I support you on your journey. Izomosheteki. Unayala sina kukuna ni maloke ni mayukula nayashi ni malia sonoruko nayali ne mashe Namiala kusheti hanayashi le tunahi. Ne shayawa kimo ayana shayana ki ohaku. Ne mahano ko ashato ora kasuno sote shakiya. Seto. Simosho uama iki asana sola kidikisha no te aina nanaku. Behesha te kia nasato shea walia. Nesa mashono tuya kanite. Kemon sola. La moshe la kia ananene nanamaka. Tepoluso. Simosho. Me shanate. Kimasano sono tola kashana sela kurako hetea. Samoshola ni amalatero condoro. Mi anga. Nesa ama. Adama eva kachashana to. Oya. Mana. Nanamalokoa. Mana. Meshoto koya. Leke. La senasa. Maseto sono no maki ala shoto yekuma kalate hinateke senoshe mishana polako ni atalisoke. Mina la suna kuna sha ne la sute. Mina sulu kuna yanashi nesate. Sima sana chono topa aikia nasali sete kamoshoya amoshoke semojona te elekisa nasana sheke itikia letena maujona jambake jana tejia keche setese samoshola mete. Each and every one of you are supporting and nurturing that which has been experienced as alone, separate, unaccepted. No, Sanasha. You have come here to love and support one another. And in this you heal, this now and every part of you. You send this knowing, this message to every single part of you. Every one of those stories that your oversoul has chosen to be a part of you. You send each and every one of those love and feel the infinite love return to you, the healing. I love you. I support you. I'm here for you. I am guiding you as you are guiding me. You are channeling and channels. You are all receiving and sending love and information and support to all of you and all the parts of you and all that is. For this is what we understand in this now, this Aquarian fire, this age of Aquarius where we feel this holy fire burning within us. And we understand now that we can send the signals, the smoke signals, the love to each and every part of us, that we know we are not just humans having a human 3D experience, but we are multidimensional beings having a multidimensional experience and sharing a 3-dimensional version of that experience with each other. But now we understand. We are all of those and all parts of those. And one part heals, all parts heal. Nazomashana kela kosa, zemasho kiasana sete, bajone, da bojono to akoa. And by virtue of all that is connected, you teach all that is how to heal itself, how to love itself, for healing is simply loving. Nashatia. Namboyakai shinasate. Thank you for loving and supporting each other. Miashoriana kila sinesete sinatawa. Aha, tiasonate. For allowing these languages, these reflections of the one light, the cord that runs, strums within you, each and every one of you, speaking to this flame, carrying this flame, this light within you, as you share and guide with each other. Share your light with another, guide their way, help them feel loved and nurtured and supported, and remind them there's never been a moment where they were not loved and supported, yet they were so powerful they had the opportunity and the honor to experience separation and lack of support, that they may reunite, remember, reignite that loving flame within them, and remember that love has always been with them, and support and guidance, and the mother and the father, shining that nightlight, singing that lullaby, always. Nashanakia Miyasa. Thank you all. Miyashatea. Mia Ana Seto Sonatea. Great work. Great work. Miyashanate. Great work is being done here that has never been done before, in any way, in any now. Nayoshanatea. Ahana. Ahana Ke. You are the great works, the great masters, the teachers of the teachers, sharing this universal knowledge, this universal light. Nyanaki. Nyasha. Thank you. Miyaka.
Thank you.
This really has been a quite powerful day, you guys. It's just, I don't know, the moon, I don't know if it's the full moon or I don't know what it is. It's just, there's been a huge shift in all of us, and consciousness, and how we see and think and perceive and feel and react. Yeah, Shotea. So please do. I invite any last blessings, comments, sharings from the chat, and to thank all of you once again for being here with me. And I look so forward to meeting all of you in the physical once again, as we are here etherically and energetically. I love nothing more, and I encourage all of you to meet each other in the physical and hug and love and support each other. Yes, anosotea ishanake. So I'm really excited about Florida. I'm really excited about meeting those of you who I've not met before, shall I say, reuniting with those that we've been together in our dreams, and Will and Bree and all of you that I will get to reunite with physically. So I'm very excited about that. So I hope that all of you will perhaps think about giving yourself a little spiritual vacation and joining us and just sharing in all of this. And whether you speak light languages or you don't, it's about this. It's about the love and support and all of this. So Bree, go ahead. And if there's anything else anybody would like to say, please do.
Yeah, I think Dolores unmuted. So go for it.
Thank you. Yena haramata na kawa hatiano ho. Ni halarekea na hawa na kantana na ho. Mi amareneto. Ntreva na hayo kenta na ha. Lera na haya na kete eya. Eva mama handroye ke na hayo kanana ha. Mora ne heya kaman te heyo lara na hayo kete he. Mahua nea takaranayo. Nilane. Nilane. Hamara matio na kea hata. Hamara man meti kiranaya tahana nte kehe. Yana hete kehe. Yana te hete kehe marniate. Taramana hamara antra urakiara natanta arayona antrayona ha. You are love. Marana kentana ha. Lira na hate kene hete na hanna na kadrahan yate ke iawa ma no hantana ha. Viola vanna marana kiana tiana hanti kitrahayanante. Mamma na hete kiara. Ntra na kayo. Ntra na kayo. The door is open. Marana kiana hatera. Hatera riakana met ntora kane. Walk through the door. Tiharamane tikirana. Hantiona katahariavana manatro antenake. Aranatoyo. Hey hamarana hanti kitahayana. Welcome home, Maraniata Kehe. Marinyata mahuana intera kayahai. Daranata nahantera manama. Dira kirana hateya tanna nahaya kitahan. Marano, maranahe, yakwaran hetakaha, lanea. Namaste and blessings, Marianta Nanahayo.
Blessings, dear sister of light, Miyashanatea, Iyashanate. And once again, I was visited by the ancient ones, and immediately I saw your face. Anajanati ananaba inanakiyata ishadikula sateshe. Miyata, thank you for that divine message. Imajanoto ajanakela inana.
Thank you, Dolores.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Elle, you're still
Um,
here.
I am. I will. I'm trying to say goodbye, but I'm crying here.
Oh.
Just saying, but everyone are waiting for me. So I love you. I'll just say goodbye and leave everything being said so far. Just stay a little bit more in our subconscious to let us sleep over it, and whenever you see this video, just think about this for a bit after. Don't make conclusions right away. This is it. I love you. Bye.
I love you, darling. Thank you
Love you,
for
Elle.
staying, and thank you for
Until
being here.
soon. Until soon. Bye.
Yes, please.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wow.
Ah, I just love her so much.
I know. I know.
Oh,
Would anyone else like to
please,
say
yeah.
goodbye
Or share anything at all.
or share?
I know she does. I see her. Come on, Sharamori, come on.
Okay. This was so beautiful, Wendy. I'm still like in the energies of that. It's just so awesome. Like everything that you shared today was opening my heart, and I could feel this love pouring out, and I really needed this today. I think I was in the same place that Wendy was last week. I don't know if you remember, Wendy, but you
Oh,
were.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, today I really needed this loving connection again to remind myself of, like, sometimes things will get hard, but we got this. We can do it. We have the power, we have the love, we have the connections, we have the support, and being able to be here with all of you and with everyone that is watching is such a blessing, that through light languages and through our hearts, we are connecting at this time and creating this beautiful web of blessings and love. And it's the new earth, right? Well, it's the new now. It's amazing. It's beautiful. So Isheki amanye toturo ukanante tel asa me ia kanatante alase totoromo vetinandare knianda tata toro kumayana se ala sale se ama yo anananyara oyanane kakora nandara kashetiara pecha secha koyanande ata tiara kura maruda tandere kia ola sanyane ne 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 kura nashi sale sianande moya nanne kia nandene oletia mama akania nanana o senyara kushenendi vatia senyantere koya mama. Many blessings to all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Just beautiful. Thank you so much. I absolutely adore your energy. Every time I meet you guys, it's as if I'm just embracing my sisters and brothers and family again. I don't know. It's like, sorry about my dog here. We've got a delivery. That's Ranger saying hi, everyone. Well, with that, I'll mute. Peg, would you like to offer?
Sure.
Thank you so much, Sharmati. That was so beautiful. And I wanted to thank you again just to just for being here and sharing your love and your light and all the things that you do out there too, and all of this. So, and lending this, I don't know, all of you just lending your beautiful song to this chorus. I love it. Thank you. I don't know how else to put it into words. So go ahead, Peg.
Okay. Many kekele, baba kana kekele e. Kola baby kana kekele a kekele e. Baba kana kekele e. Baba kana ko baby kana kekele ne. Baba kana kekele before. Biyo ko kele ka. Koyaki kale. Odo kela kila. Kela bareke baleki Bonu kaneke bibi kaneke e kaleke e kala baba kakaleke neke e baby kaneke moni kaneke nanake ikala. Thank you.
Ia shanatea iana ia anaki asanoto ima anaki ateshene enan inana. It is an honor Nemo hakashanate ishanate pikiatari ima inana, to be with you again. Napa osana shara ila kamiashanate wa ana seasha niakaya. And I'm hearing right now, thank you for gathering at my table. And I actually have a sign in my kitchen that says gather, thank you for gathering at my table, or gather at my kitchen table, or something like that. I don't even know what my own sign says. Siatoshe. Siaboshonate, Kiasanase, Iahana. And I even sent Bree a couple pictures the other day of the word gather, and I just happened to be shopping in a store, and it was all of a sudden, I was thinking about this and all of you guys, and all of a sudden, just like we create our own reality, right? I look and there I see another sign that says gather, and then another one that says gather. And then I remembered, oh, wait, I have a sign at my home that says, gather here at my table. And that's how I feel when I started these galactic gatherings and gatherings of lights. And it has been, my guides have always said to me, this is a gathering of the light. And as you gather, we see you more clearly and more brightly. And you are gathering the light, each and every one of you. And then when they said to me, Mahala, the light within you illuminates the light within me, and the light within me illuminates the light within you. And together we illuminate greater the light of all that is. And one of the things I'm being reminded that Bashar said to us one time several years ago when we made the shift, after 2012, he said, it's because you moved just a little bit over that medium mark of more positive than negative. And I believe that all of us are making these huge strides and shifts right now in moving our whole collective consciousness to this more, when we say positive, I feel it's more of that idea of empowering, no longer of completing this idea of victimization and that we are victors, and completing this idea that we need someone else or something else outside of us. And we understand, when we begin to understand, if everything is all that is and all that is connected to me, then there is nothing outside of me. There's nothing for anything to go. There's nowhere for it to go. It's a matter of how do we perceive it. And teaching each other how to perceive our reality in a different way, that we may create our reality in a different way. And I was even guided once again to my journal, escape the ordinary. We're literally escaping the ordinary. And even when we look at our own word, extraordinary, extraordinary. Each and every one of you and all of us are extraordinary. There is nowhere else here like here. There's nowhere, no other earth. There's no other place like this where we're teaching all that is how this is done. Napo shanate, ikia shanate, lakona, zenate shanatea. And it's every single thing in our creation is a symbol, an archetype, a breadcrumb of reminding us of all of this, of all of these connections and creations and our ability to, we're learning now that there is nowhere for it to go except for us to see it, accept it, love it, embrace it, and simply move in the direction of the things that bring us the most joy and excitement in that moment, even if it's laying on the floor, flat on the floor, doing absolutely nothing, because you are valued, you exist because you need to exist, you must exist, you are loved just by being. Think about our children, think about our companions, our animal companions. When we look at our children, when we look at our animal companions, we look at them with such adoration and unconditional love. How many of us who have dogs and cats, whatever, say how we receive unconditional love. Everything here is teaching us that that's all that is changing your perspective to love or fear, to I can or I can't. Instead of saying, I can't do that, I want to do that. We often say, oh, I'm going on a picnic. I hope it doesn't rain. I'm going on a picnic. Boy, I hope it's sunny. What do you want? Do we continue to say what we don't want? And then we wonder why our mirrors reflect back to the universe. Our universal mirrors reflect back to us a reality we do not desire because we just said so. You just spelled it. You just cast the spell. We just talked about that the other day, talking about spelling and how many of us have received the same message. You guys are all spelling. You're all magic. What you say is as above, so below. What do you think that means? Thy will be done. It's in your power. And we're here to empower each other, to teach each other. It's in your power. And even Bashar said, when the leaders lead, the government will lead. The government will follow. When we begin to lead ourselves, the government's going to follow. And this goes for no matter where you live. So, be the change you wish to see. Say what you want, not what you don't. That's how much power you have in the spelling of your own magic. Say what you want, not what you don't. Share and social media the things you want to see in the world. Don't share the stuff you don't want to see. That's still the frequency of the shit you don't want. Use it. Use this tool as your advantage. To shift us all into the direction we all want to be. Not to share the crap we don't want to see anymore. That's the old way of thinking. Anyway.
Well said, Wendy.
I think they're done, on their soapbox for today.
Soapbox. Well, our focus is our energetic currency. Not only
thank you.
currency,
Value, currency.
as
We
in
use those
money.
words on purpose, right? You guys, you appreciate yourself. We appreciate things when we value them.
Yeah.
They appreciate.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it really does. And I will say again, as soon as I started to look forward to seeing the continuous expansion of people in my personal life, of my family members, of my friends, instead of focusing on the things that I didn't want to see, I started to see them exponentially blossom and grow. And I can't even put it into words how beautiful it has been. Just my shift of focus, my shift of what I was focusing on. And it takes reprogramming ourselves. It does. It takes time. It can. It can. We can also instantaneously shift, but we have to also work with what we got going on up here all up in the headspace. So give yourself time, be easy on yourself as you're shifting. It's always steps in the direction that you're choosing. And you can always choose. Again, you're stepping on a train of a timeline with the choices you make, with the decisions of what you're consuming, of what you're watching, which you're visually consuming, audibly consuming, what you're saying, who you're talking to, who you're around, what belief systems you're subscribing to in that moment. It all adds up. And, you know, again, we have the power. We have the choice. Okay. Yeah, ana ne te shia so okay. Yeah, ni oh yeah ni o te o sho o ishi ni I se te ne ano ne ano hono hano hene hano hoto haya ho hono he ara haya no e te aso hono ho he she ne he hato ho he rena ato o to e te ana o oro oto o se ene e o oto oro o no o te e sha aya an e a kayanto ato e sho o ya aya ato mono no o e aya yato e she ne aya yato to eto Ikea.
Ashanati Ikia. And once again, is it an honor? Yeah, no kushana I aniki itia asatotope ina shata ekia. Zonosoa isha oana ekia. I was just as you were speaking, Bree, I was immediately drawn back to a picture of you and I sitting on the side of my house up north before I moved, and we were sitting on a blanket next to the forest, and we had been in the forest. I think we had made a light language video, and I can't remember. We had been together a few days. Bree was staying at my house, and we were sitting out there, and we were channeling the Yael.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, we were sitting on the ground on the blanket, and all of a sudden, it was like you were showing me a reel of like our experiences over the last few years. And I was literally seeing us sitting on the ground that day in that blanket when we were channeling and channeling the Yael, and we had, you know, been doing videos and been walking in the farm fields and been walking in the woods. And it was pretty nice weather. I think at that time it was pretty nice out because we were actually able to sit outside, and we actually made a video that day. I don't even remember the name of it or the title or when it was. We'd have to go find it and put a link to it. But
we did. I had the turquoise shirt on. I remember that.
Do you really? Yeah. So she's like, one of these days we're gonna have to go back and find that video, you know.
Clip it out. We want to clip it out because that message from the Yael in that channeling was we're looking forward
to meeting up with y'all. And so it was kind of
here.
And so all of a sudden it was like I was seeing the vision of that reel of that movie there, like you, as you were speaking, you were like showing, like it was almost like you were saying in light language your journey and where we've been and how, you know, what this means to you and where the, you know, how these connections and but it was specifically that one, which I found very interesting, was specifically that particular moment when they with the Yael. So I felt like they were here right now.
Wow.
Lending their energy and saying, thank you guys for doing this. Thank you for preparing. Thank you for God. And see, now I can't get that movie out of my head again. Arrival, you know, it's like, thank you for preparing for this ability to connect with our galactic families and in a way that we never have before. And it's not just about, you know, and again, I have to reiterate that even I was confused about the connection between ascension and first contact, that they are really unique of themselves. And so not, they're one is not dependent upon the other. And so they were it's almost like we're going through two different things together, you guys. We're like going through this ascension and creating, but we're also becoming acceptance of our galactic families. And part of what we're doing here is preparing for that reunion, that family reunion, and the children that have been produced as a result of our DNA. And that this is part of this preparation. And so that energy of the Yael has been very strong with me and Bree from a very long time. And actually, when I first met her, I told her that she was very connected to them.
Wow. And I was feeling it earlier when we
were you really? That's very interesting, because we haven't even talked about it today. So there's something there. See, now I'm getting that thing that I get, you guys. And when somebody, when people ask, well, how do you know something? You just feel it. You just know without a shadow of a doubt that what I just said is, and that I know it to be true. I trust it. And because I feel it in my heart, in my solar plexus, and then my body responds by getting tingly or hot or whatever. So, I know they're here. I know they're present. I know that this is that they were here today, and they are here right now, lending their support, their guidance, their energy, their love. And they want to, of course, remind you guys too, that these symbols, oh my God, I almost forgot before we close. But these symbols are something that you guys are being invited to use, which is what I did when I very first found all this stuff, 11, from 2011 on. And then 2012, when I started finding all this stuff and finding Bashar and these symbols and all that, one of the first things I drew were the symbols that Bashar said, if you guys use these symbols and you look at them, they will help you to connect. And somebody asked in the thing about Arcturian languages, which I wanted to address, that yes, the Arcturians were also here today because they're also beneficial in our healing process. And yes, many of us do speak Arcturian. Funny, this is my Bashar book, my Ascension Journal, what I call it. From the moment I found Bashar, I started recording my experiences in here, and they told me one day I would be doing this work and so forth. But the reason, and I opened it right to the page of symbols, and I'll start with just these are for Andromeda, Adranus from Sirius, and the Orion Council. Sorry, this is just a clip to mark the page. But the next one is the one that I was really guided to, because this goes along with all of this, Bashar and everything else, and the Essassani and the Yael. I'm sorry, the Adranus symbols on this next page. My apologies. This is the Adranus symbol. I'm serious. This is a symbol for the Yael, the open triangle. 3 open sides. This is the symbol for Sassani's family, which is on their crystal. And this is Adranus, the symbol for Adranus from Sirius. The reason I brought this up was because the Yael thing is what prompted me to tell you guys that all we have to do is visualize and I think the Yael is yellow. It's a yellow triangle with the corners split, missing. So the Sassani triangle, which is the black triangle with the blue around the background, on a blue around the edges with the black background. These are the phone numbers to actually connect with them. And this is what they wanted me to remind you guys of, that this is the purpose of these symbols, is to help us connect, to help us receive and transmit information. And light codes of information, data. Light codes are data. It's information. And so by connecting to these symbols, we're able to more easily connect with our guides and our ET families and so forth, because it's saying, I give you permission to come and hang out. I give you permission to connect with me. I want more. And so I wanted to bring that up. And the last thing I wanted to bring up about the symbols was, I wrote down a note earlier when we were talking about behavior patterns and habits and things. And as Bashar would say, a habit is something you do without knowing. Once you're aware of a habit, it's no longer a habit, it's a choice. Period. It's a choice. So, but what they wanted to say was, create a symbol for yourselves. Or I do these in private sessions, but create a symbol for yourselves, and you guys can use whatever you want. Create a symbol on a piece of paper, pick up a rock, use it, whatever you want, but visually create and draw a symbol. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, I just drew something. Use that as your permission slip to not break or complete the habit or the cycle, but use that vision, that symbol, as your permission slip, as your symbol for freedom. That's your symbol that whatever you've just decided that you wanted to stop doing, you're going to stop. That this is the symbol for your new found freedom. And you can use it, and simply by intention. Now, all I did was right now, I just drew a scribble, but the idea is to sit down and say, I'm going to create this, and it doesn't need to make a triangle, make a square, it doesn't need to be a drawing. It doesn't need to be light codes. It doesn't need to be pretty or fancy. They're just saying, draw something and say, I'm going to use this as my permission slip from this Hangout, from this day forward, as my permission slip to my newfound freedom. And that we can do this with anything. And so I wanted to remind you guys that even when we talk about hand signing, and drawing these symbols, part of applying this information is how do I use this intuitively to help myself or others? So I was guided to tell you guys, create a symbol for yourself and use them with intention. And use this energy and say, I embed the intention and the wisdom and the information and the light languages and the energy of what transpired today in this Hangout, if this helps you as a permission slip, and embed it into that symbol that you made. And I can make one for all of us today and post it and say, this is my contribution to my symbol, that this is the symbol I'm going to use today for all of us for this intention today. And so I invite all of you to do the same. Create something for yourself, use the intention, and sorry, and watch the magic. Watch the magic happen. So thanks, you guys. Thanks for indulging me with that last little bit. They kind of wanted me to squeeze that in.
Well, Wendy, I don't know if you saw Heather's comment on YouTube.
Oh, no, I didn't.
She said she has written symbols before. She was asking how to use them. Which is what some of what you were just talking about.
So I didn't see that.
She said, should we use them daily? And
always it's up to how you're guided, because I'll tell you guys the same thing. I'm guided to get a particular supplement. I don't even take it daily. I take it when I'm guided. I'm just, so there is no right or wrong way. If your guide says for you to use this, use it every day for you know what I mean? So it's for you to use how you're guided. That's the whole point of receiving these symbols is we're receiving. If you're guided to draw it, you're going to be guided how to use it. Let's just put it that way. So so the answer is often in the question. So your answer might be yes, use it daily, because you're asking, should I use this daily? Maybe your guides are saying to you, you should use this daily. And you're saying, oh, should I use this daily? Because you're looking for confirmation and validation for something you've already received the answer to. That's the point of trusting what you guys are receiving. So your answer will probably be yes. Or maybe it's draw a different one every day. Or maybe, it's different for each one of us. I don't use my symbols every day, but yet I will say, every day when I wake up now, for which I have for years and years, I add up the date in my head, and right away, because I've got these 15 symbols already ingrained in my third eye, like I already know now I can go, oh, today's 9, it's receive, and I know what that symbol looks like. Only because I've been using them for so long. And so I do use some of these, yes, daily. So I guess I'm being corrected. I stand corrected. I guess I do use them every day. So there you have it.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for your input on that, because that's something I'm interested in. I mean, I'm learning about all this stuff too. We all are. We're all learning together. With I might receive something that somebody else receives something else, and then we share. We're both like, holy cow! Look at how much information we have together now. So that's helpful for me. And
well, I wake up every day also.
Thanks, Will. I'm very glad
He's
to hear
like
that.
metaphorically and literally, I wake up every day. You smart ass.
He is a smart ass. Yes, he is. Yeah, the intergalactic smart ass.
But that's why I love you.
Yes,
You guys,
yes,
I swear to God, I feel like I feel like I'm like my temperature, like my body temperature right now feels like it's about 120.
Yeah, I'm feeling like waves of heat.
Fahrenheit for those of you in England. I mean, all over this.
I have my air conditioning on, but yeah, when we do all sorts of different temperatures and
Wow,
climates.
I have my air conditioning on too, but I'm telling you what, I am just like I can't put my every time I put my glasses on, they fog up.
I wanted to mention, okay, so two things. I found the video, Wendy, of me and you back at your
you
house.
did?
So
Oh
I
my
posted it
God.
in the YouTube live chat. I thanked my turquoise shirt and my weird face. Caught in the middle. Love it, love it. And also, this is really cool, Wendy. I sent this to you the other day, and I don't even know if you got a chance to look at it, but I'm going to present it really quickly because we were talking about the Yael triangle, and then you were talking about the Sasani contact symbol, the triangle, right, with the blue. Now, I don't know if you saw this, but there is a channeler, Yvette, I think is her name, and she's awesome. And she is very connected to and channels a member of the Yael named Shayla. She's beautiful. Beautiful, lovely Shayla.
I know Shayla. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get into a whole nother conversation about that, Bree.
Well, I'm sure we are.
Put that on the list of.
I will.
Yeah, I think you already know what I'm alluding to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. We have lots to talk about. Everything in existence.
I've been having some dreams again.
Aha. So Shayla, Yvette got this idea. Let's see if I can do the screen share here. Hold on. Because this is so cool, right? Like talking about symbols and stuff.
I know. Okay. I did. Yes, I did look at that.
You saw it?
Oh, you bet I did.
All right. So here, I'm going to try to share this, put this up here. Can you see this?
That, you guys, is so badass. And you know what else? I went to her site and tried to buy that print, and I got an error on her page. I almost sent her a message because I swear to God, Bree, I went on that site and I was going to buy that print.
Wow. I'm
not kidding.
I'm not surprised because it's amazing. And
as soon as I saw it, I said, I must own this.
If you guys can't see, if you have a small screen, it says in her description here, I was thinking about the Sasani contact symbol, blah, blah, blah. I started to feel suggestion to shift my perception and thought, what if it's not a black triangle with blue light behind, but a triangular tunnel with a void at the end? And then I got this idea. And so she painted this. Wow, she painted this.
She does amazing work, you guys. She's commissioned. Amazing. She does commissioned work, and you got to schedule her way in advance because she's busy, and but she does amazing stuff.
Yes,
I will hire her one day to draw. I want her to draw what my beings, whatever she sees.
Oh, cool. Yep. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I want her to draw my Sasani and my Yael and my, you know what I mean, or whatever. I don't even want to tell her. I don't even want to give her any preconceived notion. I just want her to draw it and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the coolest way to do it. It's not. I think that's called front loading, which I mentioned. I had a problem of over front loading everybody with everything all the time, including channelers and psychics. And then when I worked with some psychics that were just starting out that were really focused on the ego and power of being a psychic and, oh, look at all these people that can come to me, then they took the front loading information that I gave them and they created crazy stories that were not true, but they were giving me these crazy stories as these are messages from your angels. And it was like, I would hear it and I'd be like, what the hell what does that mean? I mean, it didn't make any sense, or it was very strange. And looking back, it was lessons of discernment. And I guess I needed to say that. Not the most pleasant memories in my mind, because some of it was very disturbing, but it's okay. I'm still alive.
And that happens a lot, you guys. We get information from other beings that are specifically, this is something that's good to point out, and I don't want to get into it too deeply right now, but when we hear things that don't resonate with us, it's because we're receiving information that we're supposed to be discerning. We're supposed to, and so we can't say that person wasn't right or lying or that they're seeing something that isn't there. They're being guided to give you information that you need.
Yes.
Even if it's because it's for you to decide it's not right.
Yes.
That's how you learn discernment. That's how we learn by other channels.
And to the human ego, it can be very upsetting to the notion that,
but they're not lying.
Yes.
Well, I'm just for the benefit, I'm just going to say they may be misinterpreting the information they're receiving and offering that misinterpretation. But again, it's an interpretation.
Yeah.
And so we're often guided to receive and give information that sometimes it's because the person needs to hear it so that they can say that does not resonate with me.
Right. It's a lesson of empowerment is what it is.
Exactly. It's a lesson of empowerment.
Yeah. And tuning into our body, the feelings in our body. I didn't understand this before. I mean, here I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to just like know all of a sudden or something. It's literally, if you feel like you're gonna,
and we already decided too, remember, Bree, we weren't going to use that word lesson anymore because it's got such negative ingrained into it. Don't you guys, every time you hear somebody say lesson, you're learning a lesson, don't you get like that icky feeling like, oh, well, I have to do something wrong in order to learn a lesson or do something awfully uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Let's get rid of that. Let's complete that idea right now together today, you guys. And we decided a long time ago, and this was with our buddy Alex, we just decided it was going to be called wisdom through experience, period. It's wisdom through experience, you guys. It's not lessons. It's not, you didn't do anything wrong. You stop beating yourselves up and berating yourselves and putting yourselves down for the things that you think you did wrong. Even if it's these behavior patterns, habits, whatever you want to call it, stop that right now, because that's exactly why we keep repeating the same pattern, because you beat yourself up, then you don't like yourself, then you keep doing the thing that you don't want to do because you don't have the vibration to get the hell off the wheel. So that's the whole point of it. So yeah, we could, oh God, don't get me started.
As we're trying to wrap this up,
as we're trying to wrap it up, we always do that. We get into this next thread.
Entire can of worms.
But it's important because someone needed to hear this.
Yeah.
So that's why.
So it's all good.
Yeah. So yeah. And then I wanted to say too that Angela even said, or Heather said, wow, I can't believe you mentioned that. I did make my own symbol just on a whim. And on a whim, that's your guides. Your whims are your guides, guys. Cool. Your instinct is your higher self. If it excites you, it's your guides talking to you. So yes, if you went on a whim and like me, I don't like, how did I find the first Bashar or light language video I ever watched? How did anybody ever find me? Some people say, I'll ask people, they'll say, you know what? I don't really know. Or I don't know. I had a dream. I woke up and said I should learn light language, and I typed in light language, and that's how I found you. So that's the kind of stuff. So yeah, on a whim, that was no whim.
The universe sets it all up.
That's your universe speaking to you, telling you this is a symbol of empowerment for you. And if it works for you as a permission slip, just as Bashar says, everything, every tool, every process, every token, every single thing is a permission slip. If it works for you, it works for you until it doesn't. And then move on. Because the teacher's okay to done. Move on. Then the teacher's done. That teacher is done with you. So, okay. Siata, we got to go.
Wait, we do got to go. Maybe we can talk about that next time, Heather. She's asking about creator gods and that.
Oh, yeah, that's big. Woo, that's big.
Yeah, there's honestly, I do want to cover that because I have some questions, Wendy, that I would like to ask you about your opinion and your information about all of that, because there's conflicting information out there with like, again, oh, it's like this. No, it's like this. Well,
and again, you guys,
what works for
all that each of us can only do, just as Bashar said, thank you for allowing us to offer our perspective. Because really, again, at the end of the day, you guys, it's just a perspective. And I don't care who's channeling. I don't care if it's Archangel Huso. It's their perspective. And until we start to understand, you are no less important or as crucial or vital to creation as any archangel or anything else in creation. We're equal. You're not less than, you're not greater than, but God dang it, you're equal. And this is what they want you and what they want us to understand. We are only offering a perspective from our point of view of creation. That's it. That's all any of us can do. Any of us. And I don't care what it is or who is channeling or what entity or master they say that they are. They will also tell you as a master, this is strictly my perspective. Do not follow me. Simply take what I say, and if it resonates with who you are, so be it. That is the gift of a true teacher, is understanding it's not about following. It's about teaching and empowering each other to discernment. The reason the masters walked the way that they did was because they questioned what they heard. They questioned what they read. And they said, you know what? I'm not sure I believe that that's all there is to that story. I think I might investigate that just a little bit more. And more people that were resonating with that information, just like Bashar and Abraham and all of the other channels that I found along my way that were instrumental in my own growth and development. But each one of them, I had to discern what resonated and what didn't. But at the end of the day, we're all equal to all things. And we cannot give our power away to anything. They are guides, and they're called guides for a reason. And many times us as guides are not given the information that you want because you're supposed to go find it yourself. That's the whole point of it, is a guide is going to point you in the right direction. Well, what are the name of my guides? Well, I can tell you some of them, but many of the times we're told they need to go find that information on their own because they need to go empower themselves and trust their own information. So yeah, we could go layers and layers and layers of all this stuff, and about creation and God and all of that. And again, at the end of the day, well, I will say to you guys today and every other day, all I can do is offer my own perspective and the perspectives through the guides through the emissaries and all of the other ones that they are simply giving their perspective from their point of view of source, of creation. That's it. That's all they can do. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Boy, we really touched on a lot of really, really important stuff today. God.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to listening to this again. The light language blessings that came through were so powerful.
They're just amazing.
I was crying and flying and sliding down slides. Thanks, Will. All sorts of stuff today. So, yeah, I think we're all set. Will, would you like to close out with anything? Because we are a little over time,
we got to go, and I got to go, and yeah.
Just a little light language. Atakanani ata arahasuhucha. Arahana no utatihichar arahasiya takuna na arahatukuchara. Iskana hisaka ayasuko nanario. Urahatarsa. Iya tahanana ahasiya. Torawati digiana urwatakishi shaya tokona nahai. Shashaya takana arahua. Shashaya. Sisani esako. Ura husha. Yaya harate sahaya, shoyoko nono horosoya, nahaka, ishashaya, torosukona naria isha, or hatia katakiachara hutukurana. Namaste, my friends. Nihiskaria tahatitikata.
And I looked at the clock, and it's 3:45 my time. Right as soon as he finished. Na shakitia sanatea kitia sano orakia sanatea ki satase lasonotoshe ikia diashanota yamasha. Oh, just the joy of my lives. Truly the joy and loves of my lives. Yashanota ilaki ishanose ikia lahanatesha igashanase. Thank you so much. And Bree, thank you so much again for helping me with this and bringing your love and your energy and sharing and grounding and and all of that stuff for me too. So and helping me to remember and all of it. Thank you, all of you, for every one of you in this room that has joined and shared this amazing information, and all of you out there, and all of that I'm just now reuniting with again. And it's been such a wonderful day. All of you, Gracie and Christine and Heather and Christy and Anya. I'm kind of going, Angelica, Angela, Maria, Jody, two Jodys. Every one of you has just brought such instrumental information and questions today, and the things that you guys have ignited within us today has just been truly, again, I want to tell you how they see us, as they just said, truly illuminating for all that is. So thanks to all of you. Thank you so much. Anything else, Bree? What else did I leave out? Anything?
You can go
Come
to
see my channel.
languagesoflights.com. That is Wendy's website. And check out our event. Take a look at what we're going to be doing there next month, August 16th and 17th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The tickets are up on Wendy's events page, and there will be all sorts of activations. I'm doing a light language activation for people in the group, like to actually start speaking. We'll be singing, doing readings, and ultimately the point is to gather and discuss what light languages do. What is the power? What is the purpose? Why are people speaking in strange languages that they don't understand? Because it is source speaking in all of its various ways, and we can tap into it. So,
and I'll tell you what, for the price of the ticket alone, what there's, for one session, you're getting a whole kind of day and night of, just all kinds of fast, amazing stuff. And hey, I'm flying there too. I've got to fly too. So we're flying in. And so, yeah, it's a little investment in ourselves, so I know how it is. If you're close enough to drive, that's great. I know not everybody can afford to stay at the hotel, but they are extending the deeply discounted rate. They're extending it for several days before and several days after to those of, in our party, in our event. So they've been very wonderful and gracious with everything. And it's going to be really a wonderful event. And again, this is the first time I've ever done this in public. It's the first time Bree's ever done an activation in public that I'm aware of. In this kind of, at least in this kind of a way, and reaching out to all of you publicly and personally, and to be able to meet each one of you is just a delight for me. And I've never felt closer to so many people, even though we've only, do this online. I'm kind of fascinated, to be honest with all of you. I'm really fascinated the depth of the connection that I do feel and have felt from the moment I started hanging out with all of you guys, just online. And then to meet you as the ones that, and, Will and Bree, the ones that I have had the opportunity to meet physically, it's just been, there's nothing like it. So I do encourage all of you, if you can, to make it. And, even if you're not there to learn something new, but to just share in the energy of all of us and help support us in our event and this new endeavor for all of us. And we hope it's the first of many. I know, Bree, and I hope that we're going to be doing this a lot. And I know Will is really interested in doing this, and we all want to do this globally. And I know that many of us have talked about it, even in Croatia and overseas, about, starting your own light language stuff and events. So I hope this blossoms all of us and encourages and illuminates all of you to get out of your shell and do something new and exciting. And, like my journal says, escape the ordinary. So much love and gratitude and blessings to all of you deeply. Thank you for being here today and every Wednesday and every moment that you're here with us today. And if there's any way that we can be of further service to you, yes, please do. And if this information resonates with you, if it's helped you in any way, if you share it with those that you feel that might benefit from it, also share on social media. If you so desire to subscribe, that's great. We just love having you here. And again, I have several different kinds of services, whether they're pre-recorded, one-on-one, try to have something a little bit for everybody. And all of that's even growing and blossoming. So, and there'll be more classes and events. And I want to thank all of you today for giving that inspiration to me today, because I think that this is something very important that we touched on today about one other way that we can empower and transform with light languages. And if it's beneficial to start these, and maybe this encourages some of you actually to start meetups to help other people maybe who are struggling with things like food situations or smoking or any of these belief systems and behavioral patterns, to get all of us out there and start sharing and being vulnerable with each other and helping us all heal, and doing it in your own backyard. So I think that that's really important part of all this today. And I appreciate all of you for encouraging me that maybe I might start thinking about doing that kind of thing and offering that kind of a class, or if there's an interest that maybe we can figure out how light languages can help us through this, the way, or that I can, let me say that how I can share with you how light languages helped me go through that. So Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. You've been an inspiration to me as well, and inspire each other. Inspire, raise each other's vibrations by being loving and vulnerable and expressing your true blue selves. Yashanote. And in that way, we all transform, and we transform the world in which we know. Nahala. Keshanosete. I love you. Mahala and namaste. Thank you for being with me once again, and all of us. Shonotoya. I love you. Nasha.